Thefirstbillyjack jumps the shark. The expression jumping the shark was coined in 1985 by John Hine. Hine explained the concept as follows, and I quote, "It's a moment, a defining moment when you know that your favorite television program has reached its peak. The instant that you know from now on, it's all downhill. Some call it the climax, we call it jumping the shark. From that moment on, the program will simply never be the same." A few weeks ago, we released our video debunking Thefirstbillyjack's unknown primate that he recorded roughly 8 months ago. A couple weeks after that video aired, Thefirstbillyjack had another opportunity to videograph a porcupine. Let's see if he follows some of the suggestions we made in that video.
Must be just a...
Okay, mistake number 1. You're still too far away from the subject, which causes you to rely heavily on the zoom of your camera, and which you'll hear in a second is causing you a little trouble in making a positive identification of the animal.
A nest? I can't tell with the screen. Porcupine? No. Well, wait a minute, I think it's moving.
If you can't tell that the subject is moving or not, you are too far away. Now it's at this point I start asking myself a few obvious questions. You've taken the video home, you've had time to review it on your computer, and yet you still post it to YouTube with the label creature, porcupine, or small mammal? I'm not sure how one can analyze footage like this on a computer monitor and still not know that it's a porcupine.
It's moving, isn't it?
Now this next question has me quite concerned, because I'm pretty sure I know the answer to it. So anyway, you've taken the video that we've just seen first. Then you move to a different viewpoint and shoot footage with your phone, which you label small baboon-sized creature found. Why in the world would anybody do that? Especially after you just got done videotaping something you thought was a nest or a porcupine? No. Taking grainy, low-res video footage with your phone and then having the audacity to put baboon in the title is truly pathetic. Why on earth anyone would consider this Bigfoot research is beyond me.
Hey!
This is from the video labeled Creature, Porcupine or Small Mammal, Part 2.
Yata! Yata! Let's get a little closer for you guys here. Oops.
Thefirstbillyjack then moves slightly closer, but says he still can't tell what it is. He then indicates he does not want to get too close for fear the creature might get upset at him. Well, what's the point then?
Still can't tell. I don't want to get too close. Get it too upset at me.
So to answer the question I asked previously, being, why would one put the label baboon in a video title, can be answered simply by looking at the views the videos receive. Doing this under the guise of research should really bring into question one's credibility and agenda. So now we move on to Thefirstbillyjack's jumping the shark moment, or moments if you will. In this video uploaded February 9th, labeled Bigfoot Stick Structure Found, he explains this is authentic Bigfoot evidence, claiming this is not a natural occurrence. They are created with thought. He then goes on to explain that people have to accept that stick structures are trace evidence. They have been discovered by many other researchers over the years in areas of Bigfoot activity. Using that reasoning to lend credibility to your claim is simply ludicrous. To ignore all other possibilities, including natural or man-made phenomenon, and labeling this as Bigfoot evidence because it fits your theory, is not Bigfoot research. What Thefirstbillyjack is doing here is partaking in something called confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is a tendency for people to prefer information that confirms their preconceptions or hypotheses, independently of whether they are true. Basically, it means you throw out all other information or evidence that doesn't fit your belief.
Check this out, guys. Whoa. My best find of the day. Look at that. Don't tell me that doesn't have any... Don't tell me this is a natural occurrence here.
How could you rule out natural occurrence? Did you see a Bigfoot construct this?
Look at your perfect TP shape right there.
It looks like downfall to me that landed in a fashion I wouldn't even call peculiar.
This is fantastic.
In just a second, you're going to hear Thefirstbillyjack imply that because he's been walking around in the woods for 2 years, he can safely say this is Bigfoot evidence. I'm not going to even try and figure out the thought process behind that, but nevertheless, he said it.
Since I've been doing this for 2 years, I'm going to safely label this as a Bigfoot structure. Very well organized. Your classic TP shape formation. Why they do this, I don't know.
I don't see any organization whatsoever in this structure. Claiming this is Bigfoot evidence is a jumping the shark moment. That brings us to this video, which was uploaded on February 9th as well. This one was labeled Another Large Bigfoot Structure Discovered. In the explanation he writes, "This is undeniable a Bigfoot structure. Much too large for a man to create, as you can see my size to the structure. This is a great example of my research. I document the evidence as I find it. This is not natural downfall."
And I found a very large X here. That seems to be a common theme out here. When researchers are in the field, they find these perfect X's out here. This one has a lot of stress bark off it.
Researchers find these because trees in a forest tend to tip or fall over. If their pathway is obstructed by another tree or object, they stop, creating what you see here.
Let's go investigate it a little closer.